All right, folks, 2 years, no drinking. Not the first time. As I mentioned before, went about 4 years in my 20s without drinking. Just went two more in my early 30s. So no drinking for me from 9/4/21 to present. And then those older dates were 12/1/14 to 9/20 something of 2018. And definitely keep track. So my first recommendation for those looking to put down the juice, and I'm not going to down those that like to drink. I understand it is a part of where I come from. First of all, replace it. You get that drink motion going. It just becomes a part of your everyday motions. You get a beer in your hand, you start drinking. It's your casual sip drink at whatever time of day, whatever the trigger is. It's just picking up a different drink, water, and just start get used to drinking water again. So take a drink of water when you're thinking about drinking, or it's gonna sound crazy and pour some in here. I've already done this a couple of times. My camera keeps freezing, but apple cider vinegar. Take a shot of that. Cleanses your system like niacin, destroys your whole palate. So you're not gonna be thinking about drinking for at least a moment, and it's gonna refresh you. Uta. One of the worst drinks you're ever going to taste, but you get used to it. So there's that. Oh my God. You can also just take shots of pickle juice. That works too. A little bit more flavor of that one. So there's the flush. There's getting the water. But then also getting to some actual drinks here. Replace those that you like drinking. For me, it was Bloody Marys I like a lot, or just something that you can imagine as a mixed drink. So I get the Clamato mix. Just put that on the rocks. It's very tasty by itself. Or get the sparkling rosé, or that Martinelli's apple juice. It's got more juice in it, more flavorful, and it's like you're popping a bottle. Y para mis amigos, ¿qué es esto? No, another one of my tricks though, kind of along the lines of replacing the drinks like the Clamato mix. I'll get a bowl and I'll fill it up with lemons and limes. So it's like I'm about to take some tequila shots, right? But then I'll just bread it with some salt. Just toss it up. And I'll just sit there and ski. That was a good shot. Pure flavor. Your body wants sugar, not drinking that alcohol anymore. Get some of this naked juice. All those fruits in there is delicious. They're expensive. Walmart and the place got the knockoff brand for a little cheaper, I think. V8's making a version of the green juice now. And Synergy, kombucha, be careful with that because it does have a little alcohol in it. If you don't drink at all and you have a kombucha, you are going to feel the effects of the alcohol. Even if it is very, very minuscule and it's under 1%, you're still going to feel it. It's a big kind of flush of the body, it's like these other drinks to a certain extent. You want something that's going to clean you out, but also lift your spirits, maybe give you a bit of a rush, because that's what you're looking for too, right? Out of the alcohol. Maybe you just like getting fucked up. It's not even a social thing or genetic or whatever. You just like you like getting high. Okay, so get some caffeine, get some kombucha. If you like getting a rush, getting really high, get a caffeinated energy drink. Ghost. That's what I'm on right now. I was doing the Bang. I think they stopped doing that. I don't know if it's one that they determined was too dangerous or something, but they still got Prime on the shelves, and that's got a dangerous amount of caffeine. Anyway, replace it. Get high on caffeine instead of alcohol. It's a lot safer. And kind of in the same vein, pop. It's cheaper than energy drinks. A lot of caffeine. Mountain Dew will get you dosed up. So that's my white. That's my citrus. My Mountain Dew. And then my brown, like my whiskey, is my Barks root beer or my Diet Coke. Diet Pepsi. Sorry, Diet Coke. Never. But whatever's on sale, whatever you can afford. Overload on candy. Go to the store and buy the whole aisle. Get high on caffeine. Get high on sugar. Get high on nicotine. replace it. I've had some slip ups along the way, accidental slip ups, not like I wanted to take a drink and did. But for instance, I was in church and I had communion, and from what I understood, it was only non alcoholic wine in church. But I guess that's not true. They still use real wine some places. The other time I was on vacation and waiter brought a drink to the table. I thought it was mine. I accidentally took a sip. It was my brother's. So I gave it back. I'm out and about in the world, though. You can just withdraw and like stay to yourself and avoid these possible situations, but I'm far enough along where I know how to fight through those little bits. And, something like kombucha where it's a little bit of alcohol in there isn't going to affect me as much as somebody else is really trying to, put down the sauce initially. So keep that in mind. Along those same lines, you may have drinking buddies, or your only friends are drinking friends. They only want to hang out with you when you're fucked up or when you're high, when you're buying them drinks or sloppy, whatnot. I'd argue those aren't really your friends. To find out if they are, try to plan things with them that don't involve alcohol or drugs. If you think that sounds boring, you definitely have an issue. If you can't come up with things to do without getting fucked up, you definitely have a problem. But that problem is for you to identify. And I'm not your doctor. I'm just giving you things that worked for me. And this is not a perfect solution, replacing the drinks or anything else I'm going to mention, so it's going to be different for every person. I don't think everyone needs to or should necessarily get sober. It entirely depends on your situation, what your life has been like, and where you're at now. No shame. Do what you will, be safe, but affirm to yourself without others present that you are happy with your drinking habits as they are. There are many factors that affect your propensity to drink a lot. A few of them are genetics, where you come from geographically, your income level growing up, your job opportunities available to you, income level, your friendships, your family relationships, stress, physical ailments like pain and mental disability. Improve at work, set goals. People will try to leper you. He's doing too much. What is he? Why is he trying so hard? Who does he think he is? Losers. Kind of like those flavors that disappeared or those cravings that you used to have for certain foods. It's like that for activities. That one hobby that you used to have, you're really into, you didn't develop. You'll get back into it or find another one. Just pick one. Pick a hobby. Just if you don't know how to do anything, whatever, pick something new. Sports, of course, athletics. So, it could be basketball, football, whatever. Join a city league, rec league, running, hiking. Competitive sports is not always the best. Get big, run on the track. Don't involve anybody else in your workout or your me time. Working out clears your body of toxins and releases endorphins, pleasure hormones, and counters negative habits, whatever they are, just by you committing the time to the gym or working out. Clear your mind with rigorous exercise. But please don't believe that you need to be ripped to be sober or that's going to automatically happen or something. It's just a lie perpetuated by the mainstream. Go out into nature, have an adventure. I rediscovered my passion for the outdoors after I quit drinking, and there's less noise out there, really, static. There's the sirens and the people chatter, screams, whatever it is, gunshots, wherever you're at. Going out into nature, it's going to be quieter, more calming. You'll be able to find your thoughts. And your singing voice will get better. Pick up those art projects at the same time. You have an artistic skill or an interest. Pursue that. Same as the hobbies, the same as competitive sports. Get one of these things going. Get more than one going. Just don't overdo it. Don't overload yourself. The main concentration, remember, is keeping strong and not drinking alcohol. You might get the night sweats, night terrors, rum fits, shakes, skin might change colors. All these things happen to me. I quit drinking while I was bartending in downtown Madison, and I do believe that anyone on earth can quit drinking as long as they have the right resources and information. Those get help or you need help people, They're just saying that to please themselves. That's this just absolute trash, shitty culture people have been talking about this whole time. And they will try to affect you for trying to improve your life. You know, you don't want to drink. They say, you know, there's a problem with that, and they'll try to fight you on it. So just be ready for that. Come up with a way to dismiss those people. Tell yourself the reason, stick with it, be committed, be yourself, be strong. If you don't have anyone else, find a strategic way, a healing way to talk to yourself out loud. Because really, if you have no one else to talk to, and they're trying to charge you the ridiculous amount, go get help, you need help, and the doctors charge you an insane amount for help or whatever, and these people telling you to get help obviously are not there for you. Talk to yourself. Be your own counselor. I would say, you know, just don't get too lost in speaking to yourself. Know who you are talking to, and understand that if you are talking to yourself consciously, you don't have a mental disorder. So be your own best friend. Like I said, be strategic. America is filled with shitty people around every single corner, through the walls, next door, down the street, everywhere. They will try to ruin your life however possible. They try to attack vulnerable people whenever they can, whenever they have a chance. It's their culture. It's their religion. I also recommend that you dismiss entirely anyone that tries to, oh, well, there's alcohol in bread, and you ate that, so you broke your streak. Just write them off as human beings entirely. They're not worth it. Some more helpful ways to identify those useless, pointless people. They use phrases like, in his mind, or in your mind. In his mind. Under his definition. He's in denial. He's an egomaniac. They're the types that have no interest in the why. The 1, 2 type people. The A, B type people. The circle, square type people. Booby, butt. Brown, white, you know, tall, short types. Just basic elementary understandings of the complexities of life. Very simple basics. And I don't mean for this to be adversarial or aggressive or mad, confrontational. I'm celebrating. Of course, this is a serious topic where these pretend adults, these tone-deaf drones, those that love to feign expertise, they'll step in firmly. It's a strong indicator of these American fascist, slaver, aristocrat, etc. types. How they talk about mental disability, affliction, addiction, adversity, poverty, oppression, compartmentalization. They come swiftly with the immature snap judgments and the temper tantrum trigger words. Those same ageist, body-shaming, closeted types that attack bald people. Those same types that attack you for not working out and then attack you for working out. Saying you can probably eat whatever you can and be skinny types. Assuming your body does what they believe it does. Or they're a master of your genetics. They'll say, this is the you I wanted. Or this is the Cliff I wanted. Giving life advice based on wisdom they don't have. Or that they fantasized. They're trying to figure out what their pass is. What their get out of jail card is in this game that they're playing. And of course, whenever in doubt, they'll revert back to the apologize more shield. But apologize more. Say you're sorry more. Keep your head down. 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 Shh. I feel scared. I feel threatened. Somebody tell mommy, daddy. That one always works for him too, right? I worked really hard. I went to school. Ew. Yes, they're still on the I'm rubber and you're glue. What you say to me bounces off of me and sticks to you. They're still on that paradigm, that platform. The tag, you're it. Pinhole experience. But I impress you? But he's not one of the cool kids. Many of these people are proud, vocal fascists. They're anti-fascism. They're anti-freedom of speech. The he's not allowed to speak people. They're anti-intelligent thought, anti-woke and anti-critical thought. It's this whole ad-lib culture, the fallacy and loophole culture, the deflect and misattribute, distract and interject people. He's disillusioned, he's broken, just making dissident noise. If you need to step on others to succeed or achieve self-fulfillment, you're not intelligent or creative. You're not independent or hardworking. You're just another one of these criminal, terroristic, lifeless, pointless bot humans. Of course, I've had some amazing times sipping, getting lit, bopped. Not all of my experiences with alcohol are bad. But I remember one of the counselors along the way asking me, how would I know if I did have a problem? And I responded, if I was drinking alone. And it became that the state-required programs have helped some, but generally they're very expensive. They're not adjusted to income level. So, I mean, these charges that build up over time if you do have an issue with alcohol become more of like a classist, xenophobic oppression more so than a rehabilitation program. AA works for some people. Of course, if you're privileged, you just go to rehab, which is inpatient. The state-required stuff is outpatient. The inpatient stuff is like you're at a facility, you get fed, you have a room, there's recreational activities in areas. Outpatient, you just show up to an office. It's daily, weekly. Thank you to everyone that's been decent as I've gone through this journey with alcohol. I know some of you have been all right, and others positive influences. There have just been an outstanding amount of these other people, and that's why it's important for me to get it off my chest and also let others know that it's not going to be an easy ride on their road to happiness or health, self-awareness, or whatever their goal is beyond sobriety with alcohol or, you know, with some other substance. And with that, cheers.